Hello my dear friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara and today we're going to be going over everything you need to know about Capricorn. So this video is for you if you have a lot of Capricorn energy in your natal chart. Maybe you have one or two placements, it's going to resonate. If you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's get started with the ultimate basics. So Capricorn is ruled by the 10th house. It's ruled by the planet Saturn. It is a cardinal earth sign. What does this mean? Cardinal signs are the signs that are at the beginning of each season. So basically what this means is you guys are going to be the initiators, the starters of ideas, maybe business ideas. Capricorn does rule the bones. So if you have a lot of Capricorn energy in your natal chart, or if you have a Capricorn rising, you guys might have very prominent bone features and bone structures, maybe even a very nice smile. For all of the zodiac signs, I've been assigning a chakra that I feel like they particularly pertain to. So for Capricorn, I would give you guys definitely the root chakra. This is what you guys are here to master and work on. You guys are all about the material things, the wealth, up-leveling your financial status. With Capricorn energy in your natal chart, from what I've observed, most of the time these individuals have the karma to clear of financial belief systems within the family line. Now, it really depends as to what your upbringing was like. Most of the time I find with Capricorn energy, especially if you have a lot of it in your natal chart, there's always a focus on money when you guys are growing up. This is whether you guys have it or don't have it. A lot of the time, at least from what I've observed, people who have Capricorn dominant in their natal chart, first of all, they've been through a lot and there's some sort of energy when they're growing up where there's a financial burden that gets placed on them. Maybe it's just like you guys are young and you notice there's financial struggles within the home. Maybe nobody talks about it. You guys just energetically pick up on it. Maybe the other kids have toys or snacks that you guys don't have. It's things like this. Children are very, very observant. So it's like you guys notice a difference in terms of you and the other kids when you're growing up. And because of this, there is a huge focus on money and finances, basically wanting to up-level the financial status of the family line. Most of the time, this is going to be unconscious, but that's kind of the karma that you guys are here to clear, is basically what that is. It's belief systems around finances and all root chakra matters within the home. The home that you guys grew up in could have been very much survival mode. It could have been very much paycheck to paycheck. It could have been circumstances where it was like, maybe you guys had to be part of a family business. Maybe you guys had to start working from young. Maybe you guys left the home when you were young because of financial matters. It could also be things like maybe you had to take care of siblings. There's a lot of responsibility. That's the whole thing here. There's a lot of responsibility that gets placed upon the Capricorn energy. Child is really what that is from a young age. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean you guys don't come from a wealthy home. Even if you guys came from a wealthy home, there is still a focus on finances. More money, more problems. Am I right? So there could be an energy going on within the home where it's like, who knows? Maybe the parents divorced. Maybe there was money that was being used against each other. Money was weaponized in the home. So there's always an energy surrounding money. There's a focus on it, whether you guys have it or you don't have it. And on top of everything, there is a lot of responsibility that gets placed on you as a child. And then in turn, as you guys age, first of all, you guys might avoid responsibility when you have a lot of Capricorn energy. This is going to affect a lot of facets in your life if you think about it, because everything, especially when you become an adult, revolves around responsibility. So there could be an energy of that. It could be something like maybe you had to take care of siblings when you were young. Now you're older, maybe you don't want children. Again, it's that responsibility that was placed upon you from a young age. So Capricorn energy really does age backwards. If you look at it when they're young, they're very serious. It's kind of like Benjamin Button in that sense, where it's like you guys are very serious when you're young, and then as you age and you develop financial stability and security for yourselves, then you guys go more into the inner child as you age. The Capricorn energy, because it is ruled by Saturn, most of the time, now this is most of the time in astrology, keep in mind the frequency of the planet is higher, so things are happening faster. But in astrology, they do say that Capricorn Saturn energy is usually blooming in the second half of life. So the earlier part of life, yes, there's going to be struggles and you guys are going to be working really hard towards something, is really what it is with the Capricorn energy. You guys really want to build something for yourselves. Now, obviously it depends where you guys have it in your natal chart. But the thing is, these people most of the time, because again, Saturn does deal with time, it also does deal with the father. There could be issues surrounding the father, or let's say you have Capricorn in the moon or Capricorn in the 4th house. It could be a cold mother or a mother that behaved like a father. Also, it depends again where you have Capricorn in your natal chart, because again, if there are issues with the father, then you're going to have issues with authority as you guys age. People who are in these positions doesn't necessarily just have to be law enforcement. It can be literally your teachers. When you guys are growing up, you may have issues with your teachers. You guys may have issues with your managers, your bosses. That's why a lot of the time the Capricorn energy, you will notice they're going to create a business for themselves for this reason, because there are issues surrounding authority always. And these people themselves are going to be very, very authoritative. It's going to kind of be the presence, the aura that you guys do exude. is really what that is. People might be intimidated by you guys. I find it to be more masculine energy dominating the earth signs, although in astrology they do say that the earth signs are feminine, because if you really do look at it, earth is feminine. But overall, for whatever reason, I always look at the earth signs as very masculine energy, leaning in terms of hard work, determination, perseverance, all these sorts of things. And that's really what the Capricorn energy and Saturn energy does teach us on this earth plane. You have to put in the work, and you have to work hard towards something. Now, because you guys are ruled by Saturn, Saturn does rule time, the father, like I mentioned. It also rules karma. So there's a lot of karma going on with this energy. Also, Saturn is the planet of you reap what you sow. What does this mean? So it's kind of like whatever energy you put out there is what you're going to get in return. It's kind of like a pendulum. If we think about it, it keeps swinging. So if you guys are working hard towards something, you know, putting out good energy, doing good things, you're going to get that in return. Saturn will reward you, but the opposite is true as well. Now, what's really interesting is in the tarot, Capricorn is represented by the Devil card. To be honest, I never understood why this was until right before I started recording this video. I was thinking to myself and I was like, why is Capricorn represented by the Devil? I'm not going to get too much into the esoteric nature of things. All I will say is certain individuals do worship Saturn, so you guys can make the connections with that. But what I will say, what's interesting is basically what came through was, if you look at the Devil card, it's two people who are chained to each other. So again, it is karma. It is the lower nature of things. What are we really learning through karma if we really think about it? It's all about releasing the ego desires, integrating those lower wounds that we all may have. Capricorn is connected to this if you think about it, because it is an earth plane. It's a material plane. There might be a huge focus on, let me get wealthy, let me make something of myself, let me get this status, all these sorts of things, which are very earth bound. If you think about it, it's very earthly. It's almost like you're chained to your lower desires. Now, again, I'm not saying whether this is true or false. You guys can take it whether it resonates. That's just what came through when I was thinking about why is Capricorn represented by the Devil card. So with that being said, I almost want to say that you guys have to master those lower urges, the lower three chakras. If you think about it, what are the lower three chakras? We have root chakra, finances, security, survival. Then we have sacral chakra. What is the sacral chakra? Sexuality, your creativity, your vulnerability, the feminine energy. Then we have the solar plexus chakra. What is the solar plexus chakra? The ego, the identity. This is where your confidence is at. So it's kind of like, you know, sometimes the Capricorn energy when it's in the shadow, and I've been saying the light side and the shadow side of each of the signs. For Capricorn, when you guys are in the shadow, it's like you guys are willing to do whatever it takes to basically get that status, to get that financial gain, to get that wealth. And it's almost like this is the lesson here if you really think about it. It's about integrating those lower desires. Because if we do think about it in terms of the zodiac wheel, all of the signs after Scorpio and onwards are the spiritual signs. They're the metaphysical signs. So people a lot of the time are going to see Capricorn and they're going to be like, how is this a spiritual sign? It's an earth sign. But if you look at all of these successful people out there, how did they become successful? If you speak to them, they might use different terminology. They might say things like personal development, like more like linear to the point terms, but they're basically using the same spiritual concepts that other individuals are using. This is why Capricorn energy is very, very spiritual. It's highly spiritual. It's highly connected to the other side, and it's very grounded in the sense where it's like you guys are grounding it in this earth plane. The biggest thing to watch out for is that Devil card in the tarot, the lower chakra wounds and desires, where it's kind of like, at what cost are you going to get to where you're trying to get to? Because honestly, regardless of the Capricorn energy, you guys are going to get there anyways. That's important to understand. And it's like, I feel like the Capricorn energy wants to speed things up because of the nature of Saturn, and you guys being ruled by Saturn, it basically draws things out. There's a lot of lessons to learn. There's a lot of karma to clear and all these sorts of things, which if you think about it, again, the Devil card makes sense. It's the chains. It's the things that keep us chained and bound to the earth plane. It's basically what you guys are here to integrate so you guys can achieve those things that you guys are here to achieve. So you're always going to feel Capricorn energy within individuals. They're going to be very much, again, authoritative, like I mentioned, but also they could have an intimidating energy to them. They don't take BS. They might call you out on things right away because, again, because they are ruled by time, in their earlier part of life, they feel like a lot of time was quote unquote wasted. It doesn't necessarily mean that the time is wasted. It's just the nature of the sign. And again, it's going to depend where you have it in your natal chart list. You guys have it in your Venus. It's going to apply in your relationships. You guys aren't going to take BS because, again, earlier part of your life, there could have been a lot of time wasted in this area. Let's say you guys have it in your Mercury. This is how you guys are going to think. You guys are going to be all about efficiency and basically putting people to work. The Capricorn energy wants to put everyone around them to work. They want to be working towards something. They don't want to waste time. Like, they're going to be very much organized in this way where it's like, let's say they have an event, they're going to know exactly what they're going to talk about at that event. It's not going to be like an open mindless event where it's like, oh, okay, like, let's just go with the flow, like, and see what happens. No, this is not the Capricorn energy. They're going to be very much planned out. They're going to take advantage of their time, and they're always going to use time efficiently. You'll notice these individuals in their schedules are always going to fit things in to maximize the time. That's the thing. It's all about time. a lot of time gets wasted, so they don't want more time to be wasted. They're going to be all about efficiency. They're going to be hard workers. They're going to be no BS. One thing that I really like about Capricorn energy is because they are a cardinal earth sign, they're not fixed like Taurus in the sense where it's like Taurus has the blinders on. They're pretty much focused on their goal and nothing can get in the way of that, which sometimes might actually end up taking more time. But for Capricorn energy, they are willing to learn from other people. This is the biggest thing. Virgo also as an earth sign, they can get too much into a pattern, too much into like a routine. It's like repetition. Capricorn is all about learning from people. They're all about connections. It's the 10th house. It's all about, again, the public image, working with people, networking, having mentors, having coaches, all these sorts of things so they can get to the top. That's the thing though. The ultimate end goal for them is to get to the top, whatever they deem the top to be. You know, different people are going to look at this differently, but they want to up-level their status. They want to have the status, they want to have the nice things, because for this energy, it basically shows that they worked hard for this. And that's the thing, like this energy is really going to make you work hard. So with Capricorn energy, it's kind of like they really want to show you that they worked hard for something. So you're going to have the houses, the cars, like anything that basically represents status, they will have those things, because again, for them, it is basically like a badge of honor. So you'll really see these individuals, most of the time, they're probably going to be interested in having their own business of some sort. If it's not that, they are going to climb the corporate ladder. So it could be things like even being a lawyer, maybe having your own law firm, and then eventually maybe even becoming like a judge or something of the sort, where again, it is positions of authority. That's what Capricorn's all about. And until they get there, they're going to surround themselves by these people, because they're very well aware of that quote where it's like, you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So again, from a young age, they're going to constantly be surrounding themselves with these individuals, building their networks, learning from people, having mentors. And it could be nice in the beginning until they get to where they're trying to get to. It could be more so covert, because sometimes people in certain positions can get threatened, and Capricorn energy is very well aware of this, because it's like, again, you have that authoritative energy within you. So same thing, like earlier on in your life, you guys might struggle, you guys might not get the promotions that you guys seek, because again, it's like, it's a very authoritative energy. It could be threatening to other people. Sometimes people, when they promote you, they might be worried that you might replace them. So in the earlier part of their career or their journey or whatever they're doing to try to get to where they're trying to get to, their projects, they might be very nice, you know, they might purposefully try to not come off as threatening. But overall, Capricorn energy is going to be very much a go-getter, going after what they want. They're going to be ambitious. They're going to want to get to the top. They're going to go through a lot in their life, especially the earlier part of their life is going to be very challenging, which again gives them that foundation for themselves to, again, quote unquote, age backwards, where it's like they're very serious when they're young, and eventually they go into the inner child and they enjoy when they do build this financial security for themselves. Security is going to be the name of the game for you guys. Also, if we think about it on this earth plane, financial security is security. So there's always going to be a huge focus on finances, maybe achieving financial freedom, elevating your status, your social status. You're going to keep trying. That's the thing with the Capricorn energy. It's persistent. It's persistent, it's all about hard work, and that's really what they're here to teach us. So my dear friends, with all of that being said, I do hope you guys did enjoy my video on everything you guys need to know about Capricorn. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day.